The rain hammered a rhythm against the bookstore window, blurring the cobblestone street outside. Inside, Amelia, nestled amongst towering shelves overflowing with stories, felt a familiar pang of loneliness. Every Saturday she sought refuge in this haven of worn spines and whispered tales, yet today the magic seemed muted. Suddenly, a gust of wind flung the door open, sending a flurry of raindrops swirling in. A tall figure, hair plastered to his forehead and a sheepish grin on his face, stumbled in. It was Ethan, the new barista from the cafe across the street, a place Amelia frequented for their perfect caramel macchiatos. "Wow, that's some weather," Ethan stammered, shaking water off his jacket. Amelia, usually quite chatty with the cafe staff, felt strangely tongue-tied. "It is," she finally managed, surprised by the huskiness in her voice. Ethan, oblivious to her fluster, scanned the room. "Never been in a bookstore before. Feels cozy." He ran a hand through his damp hair, revealing a streak of blue hidden beneath a lock. A spark of curiosity ignited within Amelia. "Really? What brings you here then?" He rubbed the back of his neck, a nervous habit Amelia found oddly endearing. "Well, I saw you in the cafe every Saturday, always reading. Figured you might be a bookworm, so—" He gestured vaguely around him, a sheepish grin returning. Amelia's heart did a little skip. "That was very forward," she teased, a smile tugging at her lips. Ethan chuckled. "Maybe, but the rain wasn't letting up, and I figured the worst you could say is no." The next hour melted away in a whirlwind of conversation. They discovered a shared love for fantasy novels, their voices rising and falling as they debated the merits of different heroes and villains. Ethan's passion for music, fueled by his dreams of playing guitar in a band, ignited a similar spark in Amelia, who confessed her secret desire to write poetry. As the rain finally subsided, casting a golden glow through the window, a comfortable silence settled between them. Ethan hesitantly pulled a worn paperback from his pocket. "This is my favorite book," he admitted, his voice softer. "Maybe you'd like to borrow it?" Amelia's fingers brushed his as she accepted the book, the worn leather cover sending a thrill through. "What?" she whispered, their gazes locking. The world outside seemed to fade away. The bookstore, usually a haven for solitary exploration, now held the promise of something more. In the shared love for stories they found a connection, a spark waiting to ignite. As Ethan walked her to the cafe, their arms brushed, sending a jolt of electricity through Amelia. "See you next Saturday?" he asked, his voice hopeful. "Wouldn't miss it for the world," Amelia replied, a genuine smile warming her face. Stepping under the awning, she turned back for a final glance. Ethan stood outside the bookstore window, a shy smile playing on his lips. The rain had stopped, but a different kind of warmth bloomed in Amelia's heart, promising a story far more captivating than any she'd ever read.